Charlie Kirk is dead. A man named Tyler pulled the trigger, supposedly. That's the official story. But is it the whole story? Or are we staring at the beginning of something much bigger, maybe even another civil war? Here's what we know. Charlie Kirk was a polarizing figure, a conservative leader with a massive following and just as many enemies. He was shot and killed from a reported 142 yards away. Tyler was arrested 33 hours later, which many associate the number 33 with Masons and devil worship. And authorities wasted no time declaring him the lone gunman. On paper, that might seem simple, but in the days since, America has exploded with theories, myths, and speculation. Some people believe the official account, that Tyler was just a lone wolf who decided to take Kirk's life. New info has shown that he had a roommate/lover that is trans, and he also belonged to a trans extremist movement known for engraving their anti-fascist sayings on the cartridge casings. Those close to him say he had been indoctrinated by the trans community and the left, and he had grown increasingly aggressive against conservatives and specifically Charlie Kirk. At 142 yards, with a clear shot and time to line up, experts say it's not impossible for an average shooter to make that hit. Was it stressful? Absolutely, but not unthinkable. There are videos all over the internet of hobby shooters hitting steel at 200 yards and beyond with no military training at all. So in that sense, the lone gunman explanation holds water. He most likely isn't an elite trained sniper, but others don't buy it. They argue Tyler wasn't just some random guy. His accuracy, his composure, too perfect. Some claim this was a professional hit. Theory suggests military or law enforcement training, maybe even a hired assassin. Whispers about suppressed rifles, spotters, advanced optics flood the internet. Yet, no evidence of these tools has surfaced. Nothing recovered from the scene indicates that he had any kind of setup similar to that. Still, people are convinced. The latest info says the rifle was a gift from his father and his grandfather, and it used to belong to his grandfather, a family heirloom. And then there's the bigger conspiracy angle. Who stood to gain from Charlie Kirk being gone? Was it political enemies, extremist groups, or something deeper in the shadows? Online forums are buzzing with follow the money claims, pointing fingers at everyone from government agencies to foreign powers. But right now, there's no hard proof, just speculation. Some say he insulted and spoke against Israel more recently, and it angered his Jewish investors, possibly including Netanyahu. The idea of multiple shooters has also caught fire. Blurry cell phone footage that some say shows different muzzle flashes, strange echoes that sound like more than one gun, people swearing they heard shots from different directions. If it feels familiar, that's because we've heard it all before. The JFK assassination gave us the grassy knoll. Martin Luther King Jr.'s killing fueled rumors of multiple conspirators. Even in Trump's recent assassination attempt, people swore there had to be more than one gunman. Remember the White Water Tower? Experts usually explain this as acoustics, panic, and chaos distorting what people perceive. But that doesn't stop the second shooter myth from taking root. It never does. And that's the thing. This isn't new. Every time America faces a political assassination or attempt, the official story is the same. One shooter acting alone. But people rarely believe it. Take JFK. 6 decades later, millions still believe there was a second gunman. With MLK, James Earl Ray was convicted, but decades of suspicion point to deeper involvement, maybe even by the government. Even Reagan's shooting sparked questions that linger today. And Trump's recent brush with death? Same narrative, same suspicions. So is Kirk's assassination really any different? Some people aren't just questioning who pulled the trigger. They're asking what comes next. Online searches for civil war skyrocketed in the hours after Kirk's death. On the right, voices are shouting that this is the spark, proof that they're coming for us. On the left, others warn the right will mobilize, that violence will escalate. Both sides point to each other as the danger. Leftists online still celebrate his death, and many videos are surfacing of violence and threats against even more leadership and players on the right. And caught in the middle is a country already boiling with division, fear, and mistrust. The myth taking hold now is that Kirk's death was designed, engineered to light that fuse, to push America into all-out civil war. History shows us how fragile moments like this can feel. When MLK was killed, riots tore through dozens of cities. JFK's assassination shattered the nation's trust in government forever. Trump's assassination attempt poured gasoline on an already raging fire of division. And now Kirk's death has people wondering if the United States is truly on the edge. Some say it's a distraction from World War III. But here's the reality. America has been here before. Each time, it felt like the center might not hold, and yet, somehow it did. So what do we do with all of this? The facts are clear. Tyler killed Charlie Kirk, we think. But beyond that, facts give way to speculation. Lone wolf or hired gun? One shooter or many? A random act of violence or the spark of a new civil war? History teaches us something crucial. Assassinations don't end lives, they echo. They divide nations. They birth myths that outlive the man himself. And once those myths take hold, they become the story people actually believe. I won't even touch on the theories of witches cursing him, Israel involvement, or his wife possibly being involved. I'll leave that to the internet. So now I want to hear from you. Was Tyler just one man acting alone? Or are we witnessing the opening of a chapter of something much larger, much bigger in America, that America might not be able to pull back from? Drop your theory in the comments because this conversation is far from over. Like and subscribe. It feeds the algorithm, and I'll see you on the next one.